It's been a little while since we've had a budget video, mainly because I keep posting about London and other things. But there are budget meals going on in the background. It's just taking a while to post them. So here we go. I've got my friend Isa coming around for lunch today, and I'm making one of my favourite things. She is a new vegan, so she's not quite like up to date with like what's vegan, what's not. Like, she has trouble with labels and things because it's not always entirely clear. So this is something simple that she can make, and it's delicious, it's healthy. It's a fantastic thing. I really, really like it. So what I've started off with is like an 8 pence packet of instant noodles, just the one between the two of us. And I'm soaking them in hot water for as long as it takes for my tea to brew. I know you might have been wondering, like, why are you showing a tea next to it? Because I will remember how long my tea needs to brew. I will not remember how long my noodles take. So it's a system that works for me. I'm soaking them in hot water while I get everything else done. I'm chopping up some carrots, some red pepper, some green pepper, and some white onion. Oh, and cabbage. Lots of cabbage. Basically, it's like a slaw with noodles. Now, it's been compared to like a Polish salad because it's a vinegar-based one. With this, all of the veggies are cut kind of like coleslaw style, and then they are seasoned with salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, or granulated garlic that we brought back from London with us because we had a little bit left, and I love garlic. I ain't leaving that behind. It's a waste. So I brought it home. And I'm putting all of these like seasonings on the veggies, along with vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, and a little bit of sesame seeds. And that is going to break down the veg a little bit. So it'll still be crispy, but it will have that kind of like vinegary, salty, krauty kind of thing going on. So I'm making this in advance. I made this about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and we ate this about 3, 4 o'clock, I think. I can't remember now. But it sat around for a bit because all of the juices come out of the veggies because of the salt. The vinegar like pickles it slightly. And then when you add your noodles, it's got its own dressing. So you can use any veggies for this. I'm just using like cheap things because like a carrot costs a couple of pence. With the peppers, I got the wonky peppers from Morrison, so I've got like a whole bag of them in the fridge. So again, that costs pence. The vinegar I've used is like the last bit of vinegar out the bottle. Sesame seeds, sesame oil. They're all quite cheap ingredients. And then when you add the noodles, it adds like a little bit of bulk to it. With the noodles, after my tea is brewed, so I know that they are cooked, I've just refreshed them in cold water to stop them cooking. So again, I could put them to one side for a couple of hours while we chatted and did whatever we were going to do. Then to top it off, to make it a bit more interesting, to top it off, I used some crushed cucumber, some bean curd, some coriander, and some spring onion. Now, with the cucumber, you can do it with a rolling pin in a plastic bag, but I don't want to waste a plastic bag. So what I've done is I've just squashed it with my hands and then torn it apart. And the reasoning behind that, I mean, you can cut it if you want to, but the reasoning behind that is it gives it a more interesting texture. Because you've got the texture of the vegetables, you've got the noodles, you've got like the crunch of the seeds in it, you've got also the crunch of the spring onion, you've got the softness of the herbs going on top. This just gives it another kind of juicy element because it's like breaking it rather than cutting it. So it brings out all those juices. It's interesting shapes. You get like big chunks of it, little bits of it. I thoroughly recommend doing it. But at the same time, if you just want to chop it up and throw it on top, do that. Whatever works for you. And then that's it, really. It is a super, super simple dish to make. And ultimately, you're jazzing up some instant noodles. But at the same time, it's also super cheap. So it's a great bargain meal that's also very healthy. It's full of veggies. it's very easy to see that it's vegan and to kind of introduce people to vegan food without it being like boring or, you know, having to check a load of ingredients because it's processed. It's a good meal. I don't really know what else to say about it, really. But give it a go. You can chuck whatever you want in it, really. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. We would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, because we are trying to hit that magic 1,000 subscribers, because that's what YouTube says we should do. But we also have a Patreon account for people who want to support us in a different way, because obviously we don't get supported by YouTube, but our Patreon supporters support us instead, and we super appreciate that. So head on over. You will also get added bonuses like extra videos, printable PDF recipes, all sorts of things. So thank you for watching, and we will see you again soon.